Hello, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and where you're watching me from. I hope you guys are all doing great. Welcome back again to my live stream. Welcome, welcome. So, please, if you're joining me for the first time, subscribe to the channel, put on your notification button, share the broadcast, and as well, comment where you're watching from, please. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm, 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 mm. Mhm. Welcome, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, I see you, Master Jeep. Thank you very much for joining. Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome again to my live stream. Please share the broadcast. Comment where you're watching from. Share the broadcast, please. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, where are you watching me from? Comment where you're watching from, please. Comment. Okay, from USA. Thank you very much for joining us from US, from America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, who else is there? Please comment where you're watching from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back again. I see Benji Blanks from Australia. Thank you for joining this morning. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please share the broadcast, subscribe to the channel, put on the notification button, comment where you're watching from, please. Thank you. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right. Mhm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Master Jeep, you are not snubbed, please. Sorry. No, 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 no. Master Jeep, thank you very much for joining us here. Oh, you subbed already. Okay, okay. I thought you said you are not snubbed. You are snubbed. Okay, you subscribe. That's good. That's good. Thank you very much. Respect, brother. Respect, respect. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you for joining, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please comment where you're watching me from, please. Comment. He black. We need to root out foreign influence of Africa. Thank you. Yeah, he black. Please, where are you watching from? Thank you for joining this morning. Thank you. Where are you watching from? He black. Thank you. Who else is there, please? Mario. Thank you very much, Mario. Please subscribe to the channel, please, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you for joining us here. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Please Comment where you're watching from. Subscribe to the channel, please. Mario, oh, Master G from Alabama. Thank you very much for joining. Mario, what's going on? What's going on? Is anything irritating you? What's going on, please? What's going on? Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, share the broadcast so we can get to wider audience. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot more to discuss. Okay. Thank you. Master Jeep said, I see there's peace and unity coming from Africa. Amen. That's our prayer. That's our prayer day in, day out. That was our prayer every day. We need peace in Africa. We need changes in Africa. We need Africa to, come back to defeat. The foreign influence, Blee Black said, the foreign influence deposit Nkrumah, killed Lumumba, and many others. A lot of them, a lot of them, a lot of them, a lot of them. Thomas Sankara, Idi Amin of Uganda, Gaddafi, Amilcar Cabral of Guinea-Bissau, Kwame Nkrumah, Lumumba, a lot of them. Once you have good intention for Africa, once you have good intention for your country, for your continent, once all your dream is to make your country, your citizens happy and make sure that dividends of the democracy reaches to every citizen, they will definitely come for you. Definitely. They will definitely come to run you down without wasting time. And they will be aided by our so-called African leaders as well, those puppets. So it's normal thing. That's the reason why we need to keep praying for Ibrahim Traoré. We need to keep promoting his leadership. We need to keep defending him at all costs. We need to defend him everywhere we go. That's the only solution. Sorry, Africa has an advantage. We are all over the world in strong opposite position, especially in America. I understand that. That's fact. That's fact. Like I said, I told somebody the other day, I told him in next 100 years, maybe we're not going to be here by then. In next 100 years, Africa is going to dominate the whole world. And somebody was like, how can that be possible? Yes, Africa is dominating the whole world gradually. On the surface of this earth, this white color that you call this all white supremacy will be wiped off of this on the surface of this earth for you to see the negative effect of slave trade, the negative effect, the consequence of slavery. I don't know if you understand my point. This is the negative effect of slavery to this Western, these white supremacies, because the people they call slaves yesterday is going to end up becoming their leaders. Africans are dominating the world. Believe me, I know what I'm saying. I've seen it from far. Africa is dominating the whole world, and in the nearest future, let's say in 100 years to come, you will get to agree with me and believe with me that even black will rule United Kingdom, black people will rule America, black people will rule Australia, black people will rule Canada, black people will rule the whole world at the end of the day. Caroline Smith, thank you very much for joining this morning. Please, where are you watching me from? Hello to you. Hope all is well. All is definitely well. Thank you very much. All is well. All is well. Thank you very much. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, put on your notification button, share the broadcast so we can get to wider audience. And as well, do me that favor by sharing the broadcast, please. It's very, very important. We need more of Africans to, hear the gospel of truth that we preach here. Caroline from Virginia, USA. Thank you very much for joining us here. Thank you very much. Please, if you have an opinion, feel free to, lend your opinion in the comment section. Please, respectfully, please do not insult anyone or throw insult shit on anyone. Please, write your, opinion in the comment section, and as well, ask your question. Feel free to ask your question. Okay, we are here to learn from each other. We are here to, get to know the things that we don't know much about Africa. Somebody asked me, who is this man behind me? Many of you don't know him. His name is Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. He's a hero. I consider him an icon. I consider him as a hero. I consider him as a mentor. I consider him as one that has the people at heart, one that all he have in his mind is the way he can be able to bring the dividends of democracy to his people. So that is why I always put him on my background. Every of my live stream, you will definitely see him on my background, because I've made that promise, and that I will be using him on my background for the whole of 2025, because I consider him as a hero. I consider him as a mentor. I consider him as a true Pan-Africanist. It's not those fake Pan-Africanists that come only for their selfish interests. This young man here is not fighting this cause for his own selfish interest. If truly he's fighting for his own selfish interest, I will tell you that definitely he has the power to even invite French government to come down to Burkina Faso, and they have reach agreement for him to relinquish power to them, and then they pay him certain amount of money, maybe $50 billion or $10 billion, and he will just take his family, take his relatives, and then go to America, buy villa, and enjoy his life, live luxury life and flamboyant life. But he said no, that he choose to be in his country. He choose to defend his country, even if his life goes into it, he will defend his country with his last blood, and he's doing it right now. Like I said, he's doing wonders in Burkina Faso. You've not watched my video. Go through my video, my long form videos. You get to see the where this guy purchased over 1,000, you know, equipments, road equipment. I see my brother back again, Alex Blue Coat. Thank you very much. You are always here with me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. It's not easy. You're always here spending your time, spending your data, spending time with us here, lending your voice as well. It's not just that you are sitting and be watching, you also lend your voice. This is one of the reasons why I always encourage my viewers, please do me a favor by commenting, say your opinion, whatever. I stand to be corrected anytime. I'm not an island that doesn't want correction. I always want correction. If you see me going astray, please call me back and tell me, hey bro, this one you are saying like this is not true. I would pause and listen to myself, try to understand if I'm getting it wrong, I'm getting it wrong, because I'm a human being, I'm not perfect. You understand? So thank you very much, Alex Bluco. Thank you for always being here. For almost a week now, you are always with me here, always lending your voice as well. Let me read your comment. You say, do you know that when Islam starts arising, Africa soldiers, especially from the Horn of Africa, were at the front line of Islam army, especially when conquering Persia. They were so brave. I have no idea. He said Muslims don't mention this in their history. I have no idea, sincerely speaking. For me, like I said, I do not believe in religion. I'm sorry to say, but I'm a Christian. I believe it, like I said yesterday, I believe in one true God in three persons. I'm not a pagan. I'm a pure, breeded Christian. Okay, but for me, I do not really. I don't. I don't really. I'm not too religious. What I believe is humanity. So if you're talking about Muslims, and I don't really know much. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I've not read that history before, so I don't really know. Master Jeep said gas reserve was found near area. Does that mean the resources used to do development? I don't really know. This is my first time of getting to know this. For real, this is my first time of hearing this. This is my first time of hearing this. I don't know everything. Sincerely speaking, I'm not going to lie to you. This is my first time of getting to know this. Yeah, yeah. So he's a young man of 37 years old, and the current president of Burkina Faso. And the achievement of this young man in the space of 2 years is mind blowing. You get to understand that, you know, okay, Alex Bluko, thank you. Now I understand your point. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, um, he's a young boy, 37 years old, and what he's doing in Burkina Faso is something that no president have ever done that before in the history of Burkina Faso. That is why, if you're an African and a true African, all you're supposed to do is to protect this young man at all costs, defend his leadership, encourage him, and they say positive things that will encourage him as well. Do not follow those crowds on the compromised media houses in Africa that have been bought by the West to tarnish his image, labeling him as a dictator. This guy has never been a dictator in any form, in any way. I heard on the news where they are broadcasting saying that in Burkina Faso there is a media blackout, blah blah blah. There's a media this. Listen, let me tell you something. Instagram is working in Burkina Faso. Facebook is working in Burkina Faso. TikTok is working in Burkina Faso. YouTube is working in Burkina Faso. All the apps, social media apps, are all working in Burkina Faso. So where is the tyranny coming from? So all these things they are doing is just selling out propaganda to make people to start having fear of this guy or start seeing this guy in another kind of way. But this guy is a leader that is intentional. Is in fact is exceptional in Africa. He's number one in Africa. We consider him number one, and that is why every good African sees him as a hero, and he's a hero indeed. Do you understand? Somebody that reclaimed the resources that belong to Burkina Faso for after almost 30 years of French government exploiting Burkina Faso resources with conniving with Canadian companies, Canadian miners to exploit Burkina Faso resources. He took it upon himself to reclaim their resources back, their mining sites back. He did not just go and use and take the mining site forcefully. He bought it back from them. He bought the mining site back from them. Meanwhile, they were all saying that Burkina Faso does not have the equipment to mine. They don't have the equipment to mine. That is the reason why they are getting only 20% of their resources. You can imagine. You can imagine the level of cheating. Let me just call it cheating because that's cheating, exploitation. You are taking somebody's resources and be giving him just 20% of his resources. That's an injustice right on the people of Burkina Faso, which you could not even give them ordinary good access road or constant electricity after 30 something years. After 30 something years, Burkina Faso cannot be proud of 3,000 kilometer paved road. But this young man came on and reclaimed their mining site and as well, start mining by himself. He bought the equipment by himself and start mining by themselves. Today, Burkina Faso is making use of their resources to develop their country without taking loan from anybody, without going to seek for loan anywhere. I had overheard people, started selling out their propaganda, saying that he gave his resources to Russia. Russia is the one taking Burkina Faso resources. That has never happened. Has never happened any time in the history of Burkina Faso since the time emergence of Ibrahim Traoré. Ibrahim Traoré went to Russia to seek for Putin's help because their enemies were around looking for his life at all cost because he asked them to leave and asked them to hands off their resources, right? And they got upset and started looking for a way to assassinate him. He survived 17 good times assassination. You can imagine when somebody escaped 17 good times assassination. At the end of the day, they are not still happy. They want to eliminate him at all costs. And they failed. They know that they failed. And what they did is start going to the media houses, start buying, compromising with the media houses to start selling out lies about this young man. Master Jeep said he's trusting Russia if they don't protect him. We are joining the Ukraine army. So we are praying for Captain Traoré. If anything happens to him, there will be a reaction in America by black people. Exactly. When I tell people there is power in social media, people think that it's just a lie. There is power in social media. Trust me. Listen, if the time of Gaddafi that there was social media then, what happened in Libya will never happen. Do you know that? If there was social media during the time of Gaddafi, what happened in Libya wouldn't have happened. If there was social media during the time of Thomas Sankara or Lumumba or Amika Cabral or Idi Amin, what happened to them wouldn't have happened. Do you know what is saving Ibrahim Traoré today? What is saving him today is because we are in this era of social media where we debunk all negative news, where we debunk all lies from this, paid journalists. We debunk them on our social media platforms. Do you know that during when Michael Langley of Africa went to American Congress to label Ibrahim Traoré as a dictator, selling lies, how Ibrahim Traoré hold his people captive and enjoying the resources of Burkina Faso alone and doing all kind of saying all kind of lies. Do you know that there are people all over the world protested? Okay, now let me shock you some. Let me shock you. If okay, let's say they protested for real, but do you know if there was no social media, they wouldn't have heard that there was a protest that happened in Jamaica or in St. Lucia or in Grenada or in St. Kitts and Nevis or in all these North and South Americas. They wouldn't have had that. Even if Africans protest in Africa here, they wouldn't have had there is a protest then. But they saw it on social media. They saw everybody came out on social media, started blasting them. At the end of the day, they had to draw backward a little bit, getting to understand that this is not the era of Gaddafi. This is not the era of Thomas Sankara. This is not the era of Idi Amin. This is not the time they can just invade the country anytime they want, anyhow they want, and do whatever they want, complete their mission, and then start exploiting the resources. We are in social media age. We are in 21st century where we have our voices and our voices are loud. Do you know that social media gave us voice? Do you know that now it's not like before? When before you can be able to lend your voice, you will have to go to radio station and tell them, please, I want to say so thing on your radio station, and they will ask you, what do you want to say? They will filter the things that you are. They will not let you say exactly what is in your mind. I don't know if somebody is getting to understand my point here. They will control you on what to say, and you will have to pay. They make money from you. This is not that era anymore. This is the era whereby we can use our social media platform to lend our voices. We can use our social media platform to lend our voices. We can use our Facebook, we can use our Instagram, we can use our YouTube, we can use our TikTok to pass on message to them, and it will get to them. You can imagine now on my platform here, at least after any program, unless if maybe I just spend a little bit time, or if I spend at least 2 hours, I will have nothing less than 20,000 audience, right? Now, you can imagine when I pass on message to 20,000 people. Is that not a full stadium? It's a full stadium. At least I've passed on message. And this same message that I pass on to 20,000 people, they will still carry the message to other people as well. Do you understand the kind of generation that we are in? So it will be difficult for them to accomplish their mission in Burkina Faso as it stands. As it stands. And you know what is aiding these people? What is aiding them is our coward leaders in Africa, our puppets. African leaders are puppets. I said it time without number here. Our leaders are puppets. They are scared of the Western leaders. They are scared of the Western leaders. So that when they are supposed to talk, they will be scared to talk. Look at what happened between Ramaphosa and Donald Trump, South African president. Ramaphosa was invited to America, and he went to America. And when he went to America, he was subjected into interrogation in the overhaul room. Everybody saw it in the public. And I was questioning myself. I was like, where is South African sovereignty? Is it at stake? Because I cannot understand. Is South Africa loyal to America as a country that have their sovereignty that should be protected? Why is Ramaphosa so scared? Look at his body language. And somebody came here on my live broadcast day for yesterday and was telling me that the reason why Ramaphosa was acting like that is because America and South Africa have relationship and have things in common. I was like, you don't know nothing. You don't know anything. Body language speaks louder than voice. We saw the body language he was scared of. He was super scared. He could not talk. All the questions Donald Trump was asking him, showing him pictures and playing clips to him. If I was Ramaphosa, let me not be him, let me be myself. If I was Ramaphosa, I will stand up and walk away from that meeting. I'm not mixing what I'm not lying to you. I will stand up and walk away and catch up my jet and go back to South Africa. You do not need America to be alive. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I don't know Africans that are always seeing America like heaven. Listen, without America, we can still live. There are a lot of Africans that are doing excellently well. They've not been to America before, but they're doing so well in Africa. They are living far more comfortable than people living in America or living in any other part of the world. I mean, people living in Africa. There are people living in Africa that are doing excellently well. So you do not need America to be alive. You do not need America to succeed in life. You don't need America to become what you ought to be. I don't know if somebody is getting my point here. So I was expecting Ramaphosa to just walk away from that meeting and come back to his country. That is one of the reasons why he's not always in good time with Julius Malema, because Julius Malema would never support colonial masters, and I would never support colonial masters because these people have caused more harm than good in Africa. They've caused more harm than good. Okay, now let me ask you something. When Ibrahim Traoré emerged and asked France to leave, and France claimed that they are in Burkina Faso to help Burkina Faso, support Burkina Faso military capacity, and as well help them in all of those things. Okay, now the owner of the country come back and tell you, please leave. I don't want your help again. Go to your country. Why are you angry? If there's no personal interest, if there was no personal gain that you were getting from Burkina Faso, why were you angry? Somebody asked you, okay, keep your money. Keep your money to yourself. I don't need your money again. Take your money and go and solve your own problem. You got upset at somebody telling you to keep your money. Somebody relieved you from expenses. Somebody stopped you from spending unnecessarily, and you got upset. That shows that you were there are a lot of things that you are benefiting from that help that you are saying that you are giving to Burkina Faso. And now all of us have been beginning to see the help that you are giving to Burkina Faso. The help was all about selfish interest and gain. It was all about selfish interest and gain. You gain a whole lot. How can you come to somebody's country, exploiting his resources and be giving him just only 20% of his resources for years, for over 3 decades? For over 3 decades. For over 3 decades. For over 3 decades, you have been in Burkina Faso. Doing what? Rendering military capacity? For what? How? And at the end of the day, they ask you to leave. You got upset. You got upset. And at the end of the day, now, they get to understand that they are missing a lot. They are missing a lot. Master Jeep, don't mind. This is the kind of comments I used to see. Anytime I'm on high spirit, doing my live stream, I see a lot of people coming to distract me, but they're not distracting me. I'm bigger than this. I'm far bigger than this. I've seen this a lot already. So that's not a problem for me. So now, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré asked them to leave, and they left. When they left, what did they do? They started going through Ivory Coast, through Ouattara to invade Burkina Faso, just like what they did to Gaddafi. They invaded Libya and they killed Gaddafi. And since they killed Gaddafi, this is 15 years now later, there's no government in Libya till now. Libya does not have any government. They've not tried to conduct election for Libyans so that at least they can have leadership. At least they can have leadership. There's no leadership in Libya for the past 15 years till now. All caused because of what America did to Libyans by executing Gaddafi. During the time of Gaddafi, you can agree with me, during the time of Gaddafi, you can never see, please, if you have seen any during the time of Gaddafi, during the time of Gaddafi, not now that Libyans are suffering. During the time of Gaddafi, have you ever seen any Libyan anywhere looking for greener pasture? Have you ever seen any Libyan anywhere looking for greener pasture? You can't see any Libyan anywhere looking for greener pasture because Gaddafi provided every single thing they need. Gaddafi provided every single thing that they needed. He gave them all. Basic amenities, he gave them all. Now, my question is, what made Gaddafi a tyrant? What made him a dictator that will warrant America to go invade Libya and murder him? and kill him. What made Gaddafi a dictator? That America claimed that Gaddafi was a dictator. Gaddafi was one of the best presidents in the whole of Africa. One of the best presidents in the whole of Africa. There's no country that can use to compare to Libya as of during the time of Gaddafi. Do you know that Gaddafi turned a farm inside Sahara Desert? Some part of Sahara Desert were converted to become farm. He was farming rice there. Do you know that Gaddafi developed a river inside the desert? There's no country in Africa that would deny the fact that they did not benefit anything from Gaddafi. No country in Africa. No country. Do you know that if Gaddafi is coming to your country today, if there is a invitation of Gaddafi in your country today, Gaddafi goes with bags of dollar, bag of dollar. And there is no country in Africa that Gaddafi did not visit. Gaddafi is one of the best Pan-Africanists that loves Africa more than even his life. Gaddafi loved Africa. Gaddafi was the only president that was pushing for one African borderless Africa. Gaddafi was the only president that was pushing for one Africa currency. Gaddafi was the only president that was pushing for one African military capacity. Because he knows very well that if we ever try to achieve all this, that is the end of the West. The day Africans decide to unite together and become one, the day Africa, listen, Africa is not too bigger than America, but America is one. United States of America. If US is not even bigger than Africa, I don't know. I will try to make that research. We can easily join Africa, become one borderless Africa. The day Africa unites today, that is the end of the West. We use our hand, refine our resources by ourselves, utilize it by ourselves. That is how you get to understand that this Europe you are seeing today, that you and I will struggle to be able to get the visa to go to Europe. You see an African man, when he gets visa to go to Europe, he starts bluffing. Yeah, I got visa. Or when he get to Europe, he starts telling you in Africa, you are suffering. I'm living in Europe. That Europe that you are living today was rebuilt after Second World War. The 70% of resources that was used to rebuild Europe came from Africa. It came from Africa. The 70% of resources that was used to rebuild Europe and made Europe what Europe is today, 70% of that resources came from Africa. That is to tell you how big and how rich, how wealthy Africa is. Africa is far, far wealthier. If you're talking about rich, Africa is more wealthier than Europe. If you don't know that, let me blast your mind. I've said it time without number on my channel here. Do you know that Spain as a country, do you know Lagos State as a state in Nigeria? Lagos State is one of the states in Nigeria. One of the states in Nigeria. Nigeria is 36 states plus capital. That's 37. And Lagos is one of the states in Nigeria. Lagos State has 24 million in population. Do you know that Lagos State is more richer, far more richer than Spain as a country? Will you agree with me? I'm not mixing, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you fact. Lagos State as a state in Nigeria is richer than Spain. Do you know that Italy is a poor country? Do you know that Italy is a poor, wretched country? Do you know that? If you are using Italy to compare 5 states in Nigeria, you can't use Italy to compare any 5 states joined together. You cannot use Italy to compare Lagos, Rivers State, Bayelsa, and Lagos, Bayelsa, Kano, Rivers, Calabar, Cross River, and the let's say Akwa Ibom. You can't use Italy to compare to these 5 states in Nigeria. They are way more far richer than Italy. I know what I'm saying. You see, like I said, I've told you guys, my channel is gospel of truth that I preach here. And you know, truth is like a sharp object. It can pierce anywhere. So when it gets to you, you deal with it. If you're not comfortable with the truth that I'm preaching here, you can check the next channel. You can check. There are a lot of people that are coming here. I'm not lying to you. You are seeing by yourself. On my live stream, I don't beg for people. People come because I preach the gospel of truth. I preach the gospel of truth. You guys have seen us, these Westerners have seen us as slaves. That's the same way they consider us today. That is why when you come to Europe, you will still find what they call African job. That African job, no white man, no white Westerner can do that job. Only Africans. That is job that is meant for Africans. That is slave job. I refuse to be a slave in this world. I would rather die in Africa. I'm a king in my own continent. I'm a king. I can't be a slave in another man's land to become a slave, treated like a slave in the West. I cannot. I would rather choose to die in Africa. If my children want to go, let them go. But me, I'm egoistic. Yes. I can't die as a slave. I can't live as a slave. We black people, we are seeing hell. We have suffered a lot in the hand of these people. Starting from the slave trade, starting from slave trade, down to colonialism, from colonialism to till now, we are still suffering. It is time for us to start waking up. It is time for us to start waking up. If you see the way our black people are being treated in Europe, do you know that? Because see, I've said it time without number here. In Africa, we have all it takes. We have all it takes to make sure that every single African lives comfortable. There is no reason, there is no point, there's nothing, no justification that will tell that every African child should go to bed with empty stomach. There's no justification for that. There's no justification that any African child should be out of school. There's no reason why our youth will be jumping Mediterranean Sea to cross to Europe just to look for greener pasture. When you get to that same Europe, go to Malta, go to Italy, go to Spain, go to Greece. You see our people, our youth, thrown inside farm to be farming because they see them as donkeys. And they will not tell you, they will not come out to tell you what they are going through. Will you blame them? No. You will blame the leadership of Africa. We are being treated differently. Have you experienced sometimes when you get to sometimes in Europe or in America, when you go to a certain restaurant, and that restaurant is a white restaurant, if you are a black man and you enter there, the way you'll be treated, you will just walk away. Have you experienced such before? Do you know in South Africa, our own South Africa, there is a city in South Africa, they call them Afrikaner. Do you know that this city is a white city and no black is authorized to come there and build a house? You know, no black can even walk into that city. In Afrikaner, in South Africa, it is happening till now. That discrimination, that superiority and mentality, superiority. And we Africans, how daft we are, we also see us, that inferiority complex, making us see them like they are bigger or they are better than us, or they are extraordinary being than us. That is why when you see an African man, we tell you, if it's white people do this, white people do that. Listen, most of the technologies that is going on in America today, most of them are done by Africans. Most of the technology that you are seeing, inventions that you are seeing today, most of them are being invented by Africans, by black people. Now, let me bust your brain. Do you know that any color that is not white, if you are black, or you are chocolate, or you're mixed, you are a pure-breeded African. Listen, don't be deceived. And they'll tell you, where are you from? I'm from America. I'm from UK. I'm from this. You are a pure African. You are a pure African. Africans are super intelligent. Do you know how God created us? Do you know how God created Africans? We are super intelligent, extremely intelligent. We have the best color ever that you can think of. Our color, we can go anywhere and nothing. We can even stay on the sun for 10 hours and nothing will happen to our skin. But let a white man stand on the sun for just 30 minutes. You see his color will change, his skin. He can even have skin cancer. But you God blessed Africa. Do you know the kind of blessing that we have? God love Africa. In fact, I would say, God, you see, Jesus Christ was not supposed to be a white man. Jesus Christ is supposed to be a black man. Because the kind of love God have on black people is too much. God blessed Africans, give us the best skin, give us the best color, and still give us a lot of mineral resources that we have today. We have a lot of mineral resources. Do you listen, let me tell you. This uranium that you are seeing today, America is using to develop ballistic missiles and atomic bombs and all that. Most of these uraniums came from Africa. Most of these uraniums came from Africa. We have them. That is why they don't want us to develop our own to be able to secure ourselves. That is what Gaddafi was pushing. One Africa, one Africa. Have you listened to Gaddafi? Several occasions in the United Nations, in African Union, a lot of places you hear Gaddafi shouting, "One African nation, one African nation." But the puppets that was beside him, we are all bowing to their white supremacies. We're all bowing to people like Donald Trump, bowing for them because inferiority complex. We Africans, we don't know the kind of blessing that we have. We don't know the kind of potentials God deposited in us. We don't know yet. Until the day we get to know, we'll get to understand that every African supposed to be a revolutionist. Every African supposed to have mentality like Ibrahim Traoré. Somebody was asking me the other day, say, if they ask you to live in Africa and they give you 10 billion and tell you to go and live in America and they give you 1 million, what will you take? I say, my brother, take that, give me that 1 million. Let me live in Africa. Build a beautiful house for myself. What else am I looking for? Africa is okay. We don't need to during the winter. There is no winter here. We don't have winter. What we have here is rainy season. We have only rainy season here. You don't need to cover yourself. You wear whatever you want to wear at any time. We still don't understand that we are blessed. That is why if I open my mouth and tell you that there is still colonialism that is going on in Africa today, we are still being colonized. If anybody tells you that we are celebrating our independence, it's a lie. There is nothing like independence. Those things are just fallacy. They're just using it to deceive you. But undercover, there is still colonialism going on in Africa. We are still under colonialism. We are still being colonized. We are still being colonized. Because if we are not, let me ask you a question. If truly that we are not being colonized, how can French come to Africa and colonize Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, Chad, Guinea-Conakry, and Gabon, and all the rest, all these African French-speaking countries were being colonized by French, and at the end of the day, they claim to have independence. Okay, now you have independence. What's France still doing in those countries till now, till date? What are they still doing there? Do you know what is called independent? Do you know what is called freedom? Freedom is when your master relieve his hand all from you. You have no say again about you or anything about you. That's what they call freedom. But you gave them freedom, but you are still there to control them, to tell them what to do. That is why you will have the infantry to come to Burkina Faso, hold their resources ransom and be giving them just 20%. Is that the help that you are giving to Burkina Faso? And the young man tell you, no, I don't want this your help again. Go with your help. Go with your help. We don't need your help anymore. You said, no, I'm not going. So that is no longer help again. You are just there for your selfish interest. You're just there for your selfish interest. And you are claiming that there is freedom. Which freedom? Even Nigeria, there's nothing like freedom. We do not have our freedom. If you're a Nigerian that is still celebrating independence, you are wasting your whole precious time. You are wasting your precious time. Ask me why. Let me ask you, as a Nigerian, why is it that you have crude oil, You have crude oil, and you know how do you know how many million barrels of oil that crude oil that we produces every month? Why is it that we don't have refinery of our own in our country to refine our crude oil? Why is it that we have to take the crude oil to another country to refine? Is it that because we cannot afford to build a refinery for ourselves? The money that you're using to ship those crude oil to another country, you can even save that money and or go and take loan like you guys always do. Take loan because you will make the money back. Build refineries. Nigeria needs at least nothing less than 10 refineries in Nigeria, based on the quantity of crude oil that we produce every year, every month. We need at least 10 refineries. You can't create job opportunity. You see, we have the opportunity to create the job for our, for our graduates that are coming out every year. That is why in Nigeria, you see graduates with BSc carrying files up and down looking for work. There are things to do to create job opportunity for them. No, you can't do it because you are bowing, you are being submissive to your people, to your slave masters. You are being a puppet to them. That is why they fought tooth and nail to eliminate Gaddafi, because Gaddafi stood for one African nation, one borderless Africa. We have one current African currency. Look at what happened in Iran. This is the same thing I'll be saying. These white supremacists, these people, they always think they are ahead of everybody, they can control everybody. Look at what happened in Iran. Iran is protecting themselves. Iran is trying to protect themselves, but America invaded Iran and destroyed their trying. I don't know if they succeeded, because I'm hearing that they did not succeed. They destroyed their missile sites, which is not supposed to be. Government does not control our oil. Thank you very much, Bill. Government does not control Nigerian oil. If government controls our oil, do you know how many millions of barrels of oil that we produce every month? Do you know? Do you know? Yet we do not have refinery of our own to refine the oil. Fuel in Nigeria should be very, very cheap, very affordable, but it's not. It's not. It's not. Because all those things are being shipped outside, refined outside, and then bring back. It's very sad. Please, if you're joining me for the first time, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, put on your notification button, share the broadcast, please. Comment where you're watching from. Thank you. It's very sad. I'll be going off in the next 3 minutes. I'll be going off. Titus Jones. We don't have good leader here, and everybody are just doing what they like. They're doing what they like because, they're really doing what they like. If you like, you go. They don't care. They don't care how you feel. What they care is about what they can, their own benefit, their selfish interest. That's what they care about. I mean, stay home with your ideas. Don't talk about things you don't know about, like Iran issue. Who is this one? Who is this one, please? I have a lot of bunch of fools in my comment section anyway. It's not all comment that I should be responding to. It's not all that I do respond to anyway. So let me just not respond. This one I cannot make you popular. Alvin Payne from Barbados, thank you very much for joining us here. Titus John, thank you very much from Nigeria. Famara Demba Sila, this is my Gambian brother. Definitely. This is my Gambian brother. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. Samuel Doe, thank you very much for joining. Dixon Pizarro Romania, thank you very much. Thank you. Touch Blaze, thank you very much. Touch Blaze, thank you very much. Mubita Meshekwala, that's a South African my brother. Pamela Evans, thank you. Docton Guayan, it's very difficult for me to pronounce anyway. Kisaba Emmanuel, thank you for joining us here. Villare, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Taros. That's all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be going off soon. Oh, yes, I know. That's my brother from when I see your name already, I know. Uh, so please, if you're joining me for the first time, subscribe to the channel, put on your notification button, and as well, comment where you're watching from, share the broadcast. I'll be going off right now. Okay, I have things to catch up with. So meet you guys by 8:30 p.m. Okay, we talk more about African state of politics. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you guys. God bless you. Bye bye.